Share our warp stone, and I will not eat you! Yet.
人類に栄光あれ。
人類に栄光あれ。
人類栄光あれ。
Jeber, spear, horn, deer, steer, bork, bork, bork.
Rude alert, rude alert. Abandoned shop. This is not a daffodil. Repeat, this is not a daffodil.
It's a banana. It always has been a banana and always will be a banana. It's a yellow fruit that you unzip and eat the white bits. It's a banana.
Gordon Bennett. He's dead, Dave. Everybody is dead. Everybody is dead, Dave.
Let's paint Greedo. Chris 4 heart, Chris 4 pin, hi Chris 4 heart.
What's the plan then?
We're going to the Winchester.
The pub.
Yeah, boy!
Today's fish is trout a la creme. Enjoy your meal.
I will.
You know what you want. You want to squeeze my buttocks together to make one juicy
Hello, how is everybody doing? How are you doing? How is everybody? Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Chat is very busy today. This is excellent. Avian, Spike and Whisk. The three deadly duos. Three deadly trios. The three deadlies. It is. I've had soup and it's lovely. Purples, hello Pupsicles. How are you? Have I missed anybody? Is there anybody else in here? Shirato. Hello, Shirato. Hello, Shirato. Yes, how is everybody? Are we all well? Is everybody good? Is everybody having a good day? Is everybody having a good Tuesday? Is Tuesday good for everybody? I should put my headphones on so I can hear Olivia. Because I won't be able to hear Olivia. I won't be able to hear Olivia if Olivia says anything, as she normally does. Oh, one stop!
Yo, cool kids are here.
Cool kids are here, cool kids are here, cool kids are here, cool kids are here. Hello, Mr. One Stop, stop of the one. We're debating what Avian should have for food. Fish and chips. I don't know. What should you have? What's the... There we go. Squared the Circle, a street named after Scots and contains Thai and Vietnamese shops. Vietnamese shops. Shops of the Vietnamese Neesinos. For lunch I walked down to the Little Vietnam on Argyle. Hey, catcher of bugs, how are you doing? How are you? How are you? Catcher of bugs. Stu, how are you, dude? Which gaming club are you going to tonight? Why are there metaless Necrons on screen? Because I'm just on the Warcom. We're going to have a look at the Warcom for a little bit. Harumph, hello, how are you?
Hazardous anomaly detected. Quarantine activated.
Yes. Home firm Firth. Home firm Firth. The Firth of home firminess. Oh wow, look, I've just done it in Japanese. Ah! I don't know what anything means anymore. Tokyo. Whoops. English. Whoops. It's all Gunpla. Oh yes, maybe that's how you make everything Gunpla. Gunpla. I wonder whether Kyoko still does all the translations. That looks properly cool. I wish I could. It would be. How cool would it be to actually be able to read that? That's amazing. What a language. What a language. So Desune. Nanny. It's all Gunpla. It is all Gunpla. This is a tree Gunpla. Tree Gunpla. That's properly cool. Oh, 25. 25. I wonder what does 25 mean? Where's oh no, I have to, oh no. English. What does the 25, what was the, oh, 25 entries. All 25 entries in the army list. Ooh. Okay, I am brain dead. Katagana. It's not kanji, is it? I like the Sithanith with the buds. The Sithanith. Synthwave Sylvaneth. I think she's amazing. I think she's absolutely amazing. We talked about her yesterday anyway. Is there anything today? There's not really anything today. We did our little conversation and discussion about that, which I have put on Instagram. It is now put up on Instagram, and there's a massive big shouting match between two people saying that it's the same as all the others Guitari, and the other one saying, well, obviously because it's AdMech. So I'm quite enjoying putting up these videos. I'm quite enjoying putting up these videos on Instagram because you just get like 2 or 3 random people having a massive argument in the comments. It's very entertaining. Anyway, what's the rumour engine today? What is that? Is that an orc listening to a shell so that he can hear the sea? Still no Skaven. Wait, is that a pirate? Is that a pirate orc? I would say a troll. It's a fossil rock. Spearhead mag sub looks very tempting. I do like mag sub spearheads. More of her, please, for the range. Now that's the thing, isn't it? Because was she sculpted by herself, or was she sculpted with like new dryads in mind or something? I mean, we all know that when a new army book comes out, they just release another hero. So I don't think she's going to end up with. I don't think she's going to end up with a unit to go with her or anything. But so yeah, an Ammonite. I've got a. Well, I haven't got an Ammonite. I've got a. I don't know where it is. Anyway, I've got a fossil. Right, yes. Need new dryads. Yes, because then the dryads can just go to Old World. It needs a nice blend of wood creature and elf spirit. Well, I really like. Let's go back to her because she's really cool. And I know we talked about her yesterday, but maybe some of you weren't around yesterday. I really want to put like an elf spirit head on her. But then Captain Manaringo pointed out that is it in here? Yeah, so she's growing the Sylvaneth. She's growing the Sylvaneth and then birthing them out of the buds. It's properly cool, so that's creepy as shit. So yeah, I've leaned a little bit more into sexy tree ladies. A tree cannon that fires buds at you to act like reinforcements. She's also a bunch of rumor engines right there. Yeah, probably. Yeah, I feel like one of these was on a rumor engine and like the bud was probably on a rumor engine somewhere. So anyway, she's pretty cool. I like her. She's fab. She's fab. And it was one of the last models that Natalie Sin painted as well for the heavy metal team before she left, which is really nice. So yeah, it's very, very nice. I don't know whether I'm going to be able to. How do we think my Sylvaneth are going to translate over to her? Let me find the Sylvaneth. There's a Sylvaneth. How are the Sylvaneth going to translate over to her? It's quite interesting actually, isn't it? Because the Sylvaneth, I've done the spirits as flames, and the wood is just quite simple plain wood. Yeah, that's quite interesting. How is that going to translate over? What do I do flamey on this? I suppose I do flaming red flowers. Am I doing summer fall? What do you mean am I doing summer fall? Look, I love the little creature on the base. Somebody else said that yesterday. Somebody said I don't like this because the bugs look like Tyranids. Like they're just armor plates. Like there's lots of other things that can have armor plates, not just Tyranids. But yes, they do look like Tyranids if you like. The spirits would be flamey. The colour combination. Doing summer fall. What do you mean summer fall? What, that? That's just fire. Tyranid for Old World. They are in AOS now. Look at the biomass. Yeah, so if we do, I mean, I'd have to do a flamey head. There's a spirit one in the bud. You can make that. Yeah, I can do that one. That guy gets to be flamey, but that's not very much. I suppose if you do the tree that white, that would look really cool with like ash. When I look at the Sylvaneth, I think of seasonal colour palettes. No, I just did flames. I just wanted to do flamey spirits, dude. Yeah, I just did flamey spirits, and then I did the rest to match. Like I did green gold, and I did a cold brown. That was all I did. It wasn't like, oh, let's do autumn. Maybe make the tree almost cracking with fire coming through. That would be cool. Yeah, you could do some. Have they got any cracks? It's got some cracks around here. It hasn't got a lot of cracks actually. I reckon you make her flaming. Because this is all the bark from the tree, and then she's kind of erupting out of the tree, so you make that bit there flaming. And then all this flaming. Yeah, I can make it work. Well, we should think in seasons and weather and climates for our painting, Chris. No, I just did flames. I just wanted to do flames. Because it was so the oh dear, where is it? So I did. That's my Ideneth. That's my Lumineth, and then I was like, well, that's very blue. That's intentionally blue because like there's no warm colours on that at all. That was an experiment of can I just paint a model in cold colours and make it look cool? And yes, you can. So that was intentionally cold because it's water and sea. This one was like halfway between the two because you got the gold, and then for the Sylvaneth, I was like, well, I'll just do flames. So I literally just did flames. Her and the buds flame and the rest more subtle woods. Chris, I know think I do fire and brown. Yeah, basically. Sometimes I put a lot of effort and thought into colour schemes and colour decisions and choices. Particularly when it comes to things like Horus Heresy, when I go like, is it alright to paint it this colour? And then Avian says, no, you have to paint it pink because of this story in this book, and I'm like, right, okay, excellent. And other times I'm just like, well, I've already done blue, let's do flames. It's okay to think differently, but I'm not saying it's not. Oh dear. But no, I didn't think autumnal. I didn't think autumnal. Interestingly, if you are interested, well, hang on, where are those? Interestingly, my Lord of the Rings elves are seasonal. Where are my Lord of the Rings elves? My Lord of the Rings elves are seasonal. Because there are 3 Lord of the Rings factions. Where's the pick of the Lord of the Rings elves? Where is it? I know I've got one. Because I remember taking the picture of them. So the Lord of the Rings elves are autumnal, summer, and winter. Where are they? I will find them. And then of course we have the wood elves as well, that's for Old World, so they're green. Where are the Lord of the Rings elves? Oh, that one's better. There we go. Rah, she's awesome. The Old World trying to be much quicker in painting. Okay, now seriously, where are the Lord of the Rings elves? Where did they go? Oh, there we go. Hello, Galadriel. And while we're here looking through photos, I may as well put that one up. Is it on my Instagram? It's not here. Hang on, let me go all the way down to the bottom just to make sure. Oh, that's what I did with the. That's how I did Flaming Tree Peoples. That's the one that. Middle Earth Strategy Battle Game is the GOAT. Middle Earth Strategy Battle Game is indeed the GOAT. So that's the new one that I've just been working on. obviously we have the Glorfindel, which I did for Golden Demon. There is a Smaug video up on my YouTube along with the... No, it's not in here. There's Smaug. Smaug is on the way to being done. We need to do some veins and then lots of airbrushing. Sorry, I'm just trying to find my Lord of the Rings elves. I will find them.
I will find them.
I will find them. They're not in screen caps, are they? Because there shouldn't be, because that would be a screen cap. No, they're not in screen caps. Right, let's go. Let's have a quick look on Instagram. I don't think they're on my Instagram. Mad Skill. Yeah, so if you go on here, if you go on the one that we did yesterday, where is it? This one. There's 649 likes, and it's just got comments of like people having arguments all the time. There's just loads of arguments. There's loads of arguments going on. It's very, very funny. Comments. It's like lots of like ah. Anyway, right. Where are my Lord of the Rings elves? Lord of the Rings elves. Ooh, Custodes. We need to have more Custodes conversation because we need to make this color scheme cool. So we need to decide what colors we are going to add to the rest of the Custodes color scheme as well for when they come out, so that we are ready when it lands. Where are my Lord of the Rings elves? Lord of the Rings elves. Lord of the Rings elves. Oh yeah, and we need to start making the snipers as well for the more death in. It's definitely in here. Definitely in here. Rose gold. What the? Are you doing patina or oxidation? So it's kind of like artistic oxidation, because as we all know, I thought that was it then. As we all know, gold doesn't oxidize. However, oh, there's my Lord of the Rings army that got third place in best army at Warhammer World. However, the chance that Custodes, or at least my Custodes, copper green oxidation would look mental. Well, they are gold. I can't believe I'm scrolling this far just to find. Oh look, there's Saxdeuce's corn Gundam ladies. Oh, that's my grey company for Lord of the Rings, which I was converting up. There's those guys. It's somewhere around here. I'm sure it's somewhere around here. There's my. So that's that. So I converted up all the Rivendell out of the Spearmen. Oh my God, where is it? There's Glorfindel. No, it was after this. It wasn't here. I can't have put it up. That's really annoying. I wonder where the picture is then. I definitely took a picture. So anyway, the Thranduil's halls are autumnal. Rivendell are winter, so they're cold blues, and then Lothlorien are summer and greens. I scrolled by an excellent Elrond conversion. It wasn't an Elrond conversion. It is a model which I now cannot use in the current range, which is one of the reasons why I haven't played for about 10 months, because I got very grumpy that they'd just removed some of my models, and then also 2 of the armies that I was working on. So I was working on a Harad army, which they removed. There it is. Oh, that's a whip. I've got. Where's the better? It's Gil Galad. I've got a painted version of him somewhere. Anyway, doesn't matter. Yeah. Anyway, so that's Gil Galad. So I had in my Rivendell army, it was Gil Galad, Glorfindel, and Elrond would lead the Rivendell Knights. So I had an entirely mounted Rivendell army with the three elven heroes, but they've removed it. So that is now just a regular Rivendell Knight captain, which is cool. And then I was also working on a Harad King conversion, and they removed those. They're kind of back with legends and stuff, but they've removed those. And then and that's the Custodes. That's how the Custodes is going to look. So it's this kind of green gold with some patina and oxidation around it. So then we'd need to work out what kind of colours. So it's obviously going to be some blacks. So we'll probably do kind of like black leather, because basically, whatever this armour is kind of coated with, whatever surface coating it has, in my version will oxidise. And the fact that gold doesn't oxidise is irrelevant, because this won't be gold. This is some different colour. White, yellow, yeah. Hey Troy, how are you doing? Also, First Heretic, if you want to read about a-hole custodians looking over Lorgar's shoulder, you scrolled by some excellent. Speaking of which, were you looking for lore for Custodes story-wise? I forgot the biggest book of the lot, Master of Mankind. Copper armor. No, I did. I've done copper Custodes. They got close to God Emperor of Mankind. Gold does not oxidize, right? Who cares? Yeah, gold doesn't oxidize. Gold does not oxidize. So this is not gold. This is a gold-looking. This is a gold-looking coating on their armor that does oxidize. I want Chris to finish this Raven Guard before dropping the idea of him doing a cult or militia army. I'm not. So remember when we were talking about doing custom armies, and I didn't like my custom Space Marines because I felt like I had to explain what they were every time I put them on the tabletop, because they were so weird. It's like, why have you painted Blood Angels dark green, and why have they got weird red wispy things on them? I said, well, actually, blah 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 blah. So the cult and the militia stuff, I don't know whether, because you could do anything. I could go and grab like loads and loads of Escher and do an Escher militia army, just like a complete female-led militia army. But I don't know whether I'm just like, nah. It doesn't ground it as well for me. So I will do the militia, and I've forgotten the name. I've forgotten where they're from, but I will do the militia for the Raven Guard. Seen a few Custard Power Astartes fashion chapters. Troy, what? You've seen a few Custard Power Astartes fashion chapters? What the hell is a Custard Powder Astartes fashion chapter? A militia army requires thought. Kit bashing is also a must. I don't know whether it does require thought, though, does it? Don't know whether it does require thought. It's like, I'm going to do... I'll tell you what, this would be really cool. Let's do a weird Gene Stealer cult militia army, which isn't actually Gene Stealer cult. They just look like Gene Stealer cult, and they're an alien planetary defense force that just kind of look a little bit mutated because there's radiation on their planet. Blah 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 blah. There we go, done. Like, yeah. It's like let's do a militia force Let's do a militia force that's elves. Let's do an elven militia force that is blah blah blah. Militia is different to the Auxilia, and I think the Imperial Army seconded to the Raven Guard was converted or always was Auxilia. Yeah, the Raven Guard was the Raven Guard is Solar Auxilia, isn't it? The one that's linked to the Raven Guard. Do the Custodians have gem-like items on their armour? Perhaps a little bit of red peeking out, or if you want a bit of cheeky pink. So, yes, they do have gems. You can see a gem there. There is a tiny little gem there. There's a gem up here as well.
Probability factor
hey,
of 1 to 1.
It's a teeny.
We have normality. I repeat, we
have
normality. Anything you still can't cope with is therefore your own problem.
So yeah, the gems are blue because red doesn't work with green gold. How are you, teeny toony? I would love Chris to make a cult army instead. The Cult of Chris, we can call it. I know, but it would be so. It would be. No, because like then you'd have to explain the fucking. That's the whole point. Then you'd have to explain the whole Cult of Chris.
What the fuck is that head, Christopher?
I know it's the wrong head. It's the wrong head. This is a mask. So this is a female Custodes. Obviously, because it's a Custodes. This is a Custodes who is wearing a male mask to infiltrate into a men's club. Not bad, bit knackered. Chris does not want to explain things. Got it. No, well, like. Oh, we've had this conversation loads. We've had this conversation loads on stream about trying to do Horus Heresy stuff and trying to do the Space Marine stuff in particular, because I really struggled to find my Space Marine chapter, didn't I? And like I say, we did the Dark Pharaons and they were cool for the moment, and they were just that. They were just cool. But they didn't have any substance to them. So when you put them on the battlefield, everybody was like, "Well, what's that?" Because they didn't narrate themselves. And then I kind of delved into and fell into and properly kind of committed to the Raven Guard, and then subsequently the Night Lords and the Dark Angels, because like blah 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 blah.
So she's either an Alpha Custodes or she took polymorphine, right?
Some polymorphine. My life philosophy is change got to get. You haven't got to explain your law, you get to explain your law. Yeah. About, like, I just really struggled with the Dark Pharaons. And unless you can, like, how do you explain this? Like the militia stuff, this bit is definitely not going on Instagram because I can't figure out how to kind of explain this. Like the militia stuff is, like I could make a Horus Heresy militia army that is all converted from the orcs. But the only reason I'm doing that is because I want to use orcs in Horus Heresy somehow. And now they've done the militia, it's like, okay, well that's my access to using orcs in Horus Heresy, which is cool, because you want to use orcs in Horus Heresy. Or maybe you want to use Eldar in Horus Heresy. Or maybe you want to use Gene Stealer Cult, like we said earlier, in Horus Heresy, etc, etc. And that's a cool kind of gateway in. However, then, if you either just do it because you want to do it, and it's just like, well, I'll do orcs in Horus Heresy, and they're going to be militia. Therefore, I've got to decide what armies, what units are going to represent what units in the Horus Heresy militia list, and then I'll just kind of like throw on a few little kind of Horus Heresy tidbits here and there, which is absolutely fine. Like I'm not saying there's anything bad about that. It's just. I don't. Oh, I'm really struggling to explain why I'm like no. So she's either an Alpha Custodes. Sorry, Chris, I had Switchy's brain. Avian is a bit of a blockhead. Not bad being that. How come you're knackered, teeny tiny? So the militia thing. So I tell you what, I would really, I think it would be really fun to do a Necromunda. I think it would be really cool to do a Necromunda gang army. So I could be persuaded.
Avian, you absolutely need to give colour schemes suggestions to Christopher, especially if it changes his plans. Just saying and just trolling. Fuck. Move. Tongue.
So the Necromunda stuff, I can... If you were doing a militia army, so a militia army hasn't got any models, right? So there aren't any models for a militia army. A militia army is a hobby project. Now, you could either use the hobby project to be like, oh, I want to use orcs in Horus Heresy. So, because I like orcs, blah, blah, blah. Or, like, I really like Eldar, so I'm going to use the really, really simple route of, I'll just use a militia army and say that they're Eldar, or maybe purples for some absurd reason because she absolutely adores Votan and wants to have like little Votan babies everywhere. She wants to use Votan. I'm picking on purples because she was just mean as Olivia.
You do know that Imperial Fists use Necromunda for recruiting, right, Christopher?
No, I didn't. See, that's cool. Okay, we'll come back to that in a second. So. Purples really likes Votan, so she can go, well, okay, well, I can use Votan in Horus Heresy because I can now use a militia list. The only thing I've got to do is go through the militia list and say, okay, well, that unit can be represented by that unit of Votan, that unit can be represented by that unit of Votan, and I'll throw in a few, like, Horus Heresy weapons here and there. Now, that's cool. I don't know why this feels different, but... To do a militia list, I think would be quite cool to do one of the Necromunda gangs. And then as we've just found out that Imperial Fists use Necromunda to... I need art where I'm a white rabbit suit and I'm kicking Chris in the Alice dress down the rabbit hole. So Imperial Fists uses Necromunda for recruiting their... militia, maybe, but like a Vansar gang army, and I think that there was somebody who did. Oh god, I can't type. There we go. So there was somebody who did a really cool Vansar. Oh fuck's sake! Why does it do this? Why does it do this? No. There we go. Because that's on. There we go. Open image and new tab. There we go. Right, let's close that down because I don't want the website open. So there was somebody who did.
Vansar would be a terrible army because they would get too much exposure to the Mechanicus, which would be terrible for them.
You'll have to explain that one. I don't get that. So, like, a Vansar army would be really cool. But you could also do... What would also be quite fun, because this is a little bit more militia, would be an Ashwaste Nomads army. So that... I could probably be talked into doing an Ashwaste Nomads army. Of militia. The only problem is that militia are going to be really cheap, aren't they? So they're going to be a really big, high number army. Now I have got one box of the Ashway stuff, and I was going to see if I could do like not like a slap chop, but like an airbrush chop thing.
They have a SDC, and they kill every Mechanicus people that come too close for their tastes.
So why would that be a terrible army? Because if I get too much exposed to Mechanicus, which would be terrible. They kill every Mechanicus. I mean, that's fine, because you're playing Horus Heresy, so you've got to kill the Mechanicus anyway. Just thinking about Mrs. Cybernetic Mummy Man, the brief once and future Lord of Necromunda. Oh, I still need to get that model. Still need to get that model.
Mechanicus would invade Necromunda and steal their SDC.
No, they'd defend it. They'd defend it and blow them up. So I could be talked into delving further into an ash waste, and then there's also I mean a fucking a Palanite enforcer militia army. So yeah. Anyway, long story short, if I was going to do militia, okay, so kind of explaining and expanding upon my thought process and my reign of thought, I wouldn't try and do a 40k militia. I wouldn't try and use a militia army to get a 40k army into Horus Heresy. However, I would if it was to kind of include the Necromunda stuff. But then also, the Necromunda stuff has so much more character than the 40k stuff. So you could have that as a militia army, I think would work.
Paint the Necromunda 8. The spiders bish bash bosh bob's your uncle. Done.
Okay, what's the Necromunda 8th? Nomads would be the perfect militia. If you were to paint a Fireslayer army, what scheme would you go for? If I was to paint a Fireslayer army, oh, that's dead easy. That scheme. Because I don't like dwarves. I did paint. I have painted one Fireslayer. I have painted one Fireslayer. Yeah, Fireslayers don't deserve any excess thought process for coming up with cool colour schemes, so I would just paint them box art. I don't know where he is. He's a long way away because I painted him a long time ago, and then he got sent to Mama Bear. For those of you who have been here for a long time and remember Mama Bear, you're 6'4" but love naked tiny men. Ah, you see that? Ah, that's what it is. That's what it is, Bugcatcher. You see, I'm 6'5", and as soon as you get to 6'5", you're like, dwarfs, fuck them. Also, they're an ancient Imperial Guard. What, the Necromundan 8th?
Fireslayers are dwarves and are neither Votan nor squat, so they can go fuck themselves. Apart from Gotrek, because he's the best.
Gotrek. That's the only Votan I've ever painted. I did that one for the Warhammer Community article when the Votan came out. And oh, there's my Galadrim. There's a little present I did for a friend. There's my Thranduil. That's the only Tau I've ever painted. I did that for a raffle. What was that raffle? Was that Flick's raffle? Did we do that for Flick's raffle? Yeah, Flick's Alzheimer's Advent Calendar. I painted that for Flick's raffle. Remember that, Perps? When was that? 2021. Jesus. Wow. 2021. Where's the dwarf? There's my. That's the Dark Pharaons. Why is it not showing up? Yeah, that's the Dark Pharaons there. That's my Dark Pharaon colour scheme. I've painted a Blood Bowl dwarf that got raffled off. Jenny Jen won that one. Shout when you see the dwarf. That's the Golden Demon Knight that I painted. Kilky Cat has that one. She won that one. We raffled that one off as well. What was that? Oh, that's my...
The reason Chris dislikes dwarfs is that they don't hit their heads on door jambs. Which happens to Chris too often.
Yeah, no, it does. I literally, like, when I'm walking through a door, this is no joke of a lie, when I'm walking through a door, I put my hand up on the door frame and walk underneath it like that, so I don't hit my head. I do that quite a lot. Yeah, there we go, that's how you paint a fire slayer. You just went over my Isabella. Yeah, Isabella's lovely. That was, what was that? Oh, that was a giveaway as well. Who won that one? Did Wolfie win that one? I think Wolfie won that one. That one was a giveaway. We haven't done a giveaway for a long time, have we? That was Saxdeuce's commission. That one's not playing. There's another giveaway. Nice big metallic Void Dragon giveaway. And that was a giveaway. That was painted only with one paint. Or one colour. Yeah, anyway. Right, yeah, so, right, yes. Right, what was that Necromunda stuff? All these giveaways, and what do I have? Nothing. Sorry, Spike. And you were late for the raffle. What? Hey, what? What late? What raffle? Necromundan 8th Regiment.
It was painted with Christopher's favourite colour of all time, squig orange.
It's a horrible colour. It's horrible paint. That's a blank page. So is that what the Necromundan 8th Regiment is? Appearance in uniform. What? Okay. Famous Astra Militarum regiment from the hive world of Necromunda, and as part of the Necromundan Guard they are called the Spiders because the regiment's soldiers are drawn from Necromunda's Spider Clan, a powerful Necromundan gang famed throughout the Necromunda subsector for its ferocity. Founded around M30-M31, the Necromunda 8th was destroyed and refounded reportedly throughout its history. Okay. Spider Clan. Received arms from Imperial Governor. The Spiders are officially considered a unit of Necromunda's Planetary Defence Force. Have their faces tattooed? Oh. Necromunda regiments use anti-frag armour plates covering chest and shoulders. The unit's tanks are also adorned with spider logos. Maybe. Maybe. Right, so if I was doing militia, I mean, how fucking cool would it? How cool would a Delac army be? You want a bit more detail on them because you want to be able to paint them quickly, and if you can have lots of detail, like I think the Ash Waste would arguably paint up quite quickly if you kind of airbrush oil wash them. Purples. No, you're not allowed to lurk purples. We need to have militia conversations. That's the only thing. If you did Cawdor, then you could use Redemptionists as elites, which would be quite cool. How many different... hang on. How many different units do we need to represent? Why do you do this to me, everybody? Why do you do this to me? Why? Why do you do this to me? Why? Okay.
Because we love you.
Fuck off, do you? Why? Why do you do this? Okay.
But we can always build more kill
We
boxes.
could. We could always build more killbots, although all your fucking killbots that you're building, Target, keep infiltrating my fucking Discord and then posting links all over the fucking place. Can you have a word with them, please? Please, please, please. Right. Okay, so we need a Force Commander, Strength 3, Toughness 3 with 3 wounds. Okay. Discipline Master Cadre. Okay, so there's 2 heroes. That's 2 heroes. So I need 2 heroes, and then a lieutenant and some bodyguard. They're cavalry. See, that's annoying that they're cavalry, because I know what everybody's going to say. Oh, well, that's dead easy if you're going to use the Ash Waste Nomads, because you've got these things. But I hate those models, so that would not be happening. A Rogue Psyker, that's cool. So a Grenadier troop, so they're troops. An Ogrin troop. A Beastmaster troop. What? A Raptor? A Militia Raptor? Wait, what? Wait, what? So you're telling me I could have... You're telling me I could have, like, all the cool, freaky, weird shit? Like, scary... weird things? Plenty of Psychers in Necromunda, yep. Those are the Scambots, different group. They don't even kill humans. Smack my head. Okay, so Beastmaster troop. Infantry troop, piss easy, that's just the basic gang. Levy troop, what the hell is a levy troop? Militia rifle. Hang on, what's the Ash Waste? There it is. Oh, these are so cool. Where's the one with wings? Hang on, where's the one with wings? Isn't there an Ash Waste? Isn't there an Ash Waste dude with wings? Oh my god, you could do Spirers. No, you can't do Spirers. You can't do Spirers. Oh no, hang on, no, she's a special character, isn't she? I mean, that's, oh, there you could have, oh right, okay. That's a Raptor. That one's quite cool, I quite like that one. Oh, fuck off, Avian. That's a Psyker, isn't it? So it's just on the stupid bug thing. Where's the one with wings? I can't remember whether the one with wings actually has wings or whether it's the thing, whether it's her pet.
Love you too, Chris.
I have the model somewhere because it's a gorgeous model. Oh, you could have these. You could have these Servants of the Silent Ones. I love that model as well. Oh, there's a Psyker as well. Oh my god! Okay. Right, okay. Point taken. Okay, point taken. A militia army would be quite cool. Fuck's sake. There's another Ash Wastes. There it is, look. Shit. Shit. How many points is this? 80 points. 80 points. Finally, giant rats in... as I said, you need to finish your Raven Guard before even starting this. What do you mean? So, okay, define finish. I would define finish as doing one more unit. I would define finish as doing one more unit because I need to do the more death in. I then also need to do the Dark Furies, but Militia Medicae, Fire Support Troop, Bulky, Heavy Ordnance Barrage. Shit. Okay. Right, well, if you like, this has got a very similar, it's got a very similar vibe to the Corridor, hasn't it? So the Corridor have oh no, hang on, where's the all yeah, no, it's the Corridor, isn't it? The Corridor have, where are they? Where are the walkers? Where are the Corridor walkers? Hang on, let's have a look at that. What's that? Yeah, looks a bit crap. Where are the Corridor walkers? There. So they'd be your cavalry. Complete the models you assembled for the Raven Guard at least. Complete the models I was assembled. No, you can't say that because I've nearly done that. I need to finish the conversion for the Mordethin. Yes, I love this model. Well, I will rephrase that. I like the torso of this model. I would remove it off the bug because I don't like the bug. I don't like any of the Ash Waste buggy things, so I would have to get this model and stick it on some normal legs. So how many Ash Wastes? Hang on. How many Ash Wastes? Ash Waste Vehicle Workshop. Okay, so not using them. They're out because I don't like those. That's gorgeous, and I already have that model. They are awesome, and I already have those models. I don't have that. I haven't got this yet, and I haven't got him. So that's your leader. Flat out, that's your leader because she's gorgeous. That's probably, you could turn that really easily into the Psyker. You could turn that into something. So there's your 3 heroes, and then you just have loads of these, and then you need some Ogryn. The Corridor Junk Riders are very close to the OG's Egg Sentinels. They are, yeah. They are. How big? Oh dear. That would have to get painted really quickly and really simply. That would just have to be like airbrushed, oil washed, smashed out. Enforcer gaunts. What's an enforcer gaunt? Oh, horns. Yeah, these things. Yeah, they are. They're here. They're available. They're available. I could get those. Do you want me to buy these purples? I mean, that would be an amazing militia army. However, the Palanite Enforcers I would more readily use as Solar Auxilia. I would rather do Solar Auxilia with Palanites. In fact, that's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea, is it? Oh shit. What if I used the Palanites? What's hang on, I'm just gonna remind myself. Raven Guard Solar. What's it called? Not that one. Not that one. Not that one. Not that one. Therian Velite. Is it though? It's them, isn't it? Yeah, Raven Guard. Therian Velites. So I could put that colour scheme. I could put that colour scheme on them. Do you think? Could you put that colour scheme on that? And just use these as... Just use those as Solar Auxilia? Because I haven't got these models yet. I thought Games Workshop sent me the box set of these, but they didn't. They sent me the box set of the AdMech stuff. So I have AdMech stuff so that I can convert an Iron Man for the Dark Angels. But I don't have the Solar Auxilia, so I haven't got these yet. So I either grab the Solar Auxilia box for a auxiliary force, an allied force, an auxiliary allied force of Solar Auxilia for my Raven Guard. It only needs to be like a few units. So do I use these, or could I get away with using these? And if I use these, what would I possibly have to change? Maybe the scale's wrong. Maybe they're a bit too big, actually. Because I'd give them all helmets. They wouldn't be helmetless. Cost might be an issue. No, because I don't need many. I don't need many. Just as long as they can all have the same gun with like a couple of like swap outs. As long as you can equip them correctly. Because what would an allied Solar Auxilia force be? Like 20, 30 infantry maximum, absolute maximum, and then a couple of tanks. The gun might be an issue. Why would the gun be an issue? Haven't they got las guns? Or have they all got shotguns? I mean, if you can just give them, as long as you can give them all the same weapon, which I don't think you can actually, can you? So you could give them all shotguns, pretty much. Like shotgun and a bolt gun look pretty similar in the hands of a Palanite. A weapon upgrade kit would fix the weapon options. Yes, I know. Yes, I know. There's 10, but like 6 is pretty close, because then you have a sergeant in there, and then you have like maybe throw a special weapon in there just for a bit of kind of character, and then you're only down 2 guns, so then you can just find 2 guns. What's the Palanite weapon sprue? Where's this weapon sprue? Palanite weapon sprue. Oh, then you can use those dudes as well. There's the weapon sprue. Yeah, that's not enough, is it? There's not enough. There's no guns in there, so there's no point getting that. Subjugators 2 for the shields. Yep. Okay. that the best thing to use for those, or do you just get Solar Auxilia? The only other option for that is the Van Saar. But I don't think the Van Saar... No, they wouldn't work as Solar Auxilia, would they? They don't look anything, they look far too... Not like Solar Auxilia, just like... to represent these. Van Saar are a little bit too far advanced, too far removed. I don't think the Orlocks are that far removed, to be honest. But the Palanites probably the best. So you do the Therian Velites as Palanites, and then you could do a militia force with the Ashways Nomads and Cawdor, because I think you could quite happily mix those two and sort of have a very similar, because I reckon you've got to have loads of these heads. You've got to have loads of these heads in the sprue, so I think you could probably mix those in. Wow, well, congratulations everybody, you've really like completely dragged the conversation totally away from what we were going to paint today. For how long have we been live? How long have you managed to drag that conversation on for? An hour and a half. And also, that's a really easy paint scheme. Because you airbrush, where are they? Where are they? You airbrush everything kind of dark grey, and then you paint kind of Abaddon black, which is a kind of a satiny shiny black, on all the armour panels, and then just oil wash everything. Chris must have a big bits box. There are 10 models in the box, so not all shotguns. Weapon upgrade kit might fix the weapon options. Yeah, you just grab more shotguns. It's fine. Yeah, that's cool. So the thing about the shotgun, so you get 6 Enforcer shotguns or 6 bolt guns. I'd probably give them bolt guns. I'd probably give them all Enforcer bolt guns, because what you would do, you have 10. So a sergeant has sergeant equipment. You throw in one guy with a special weapon for a little bit of character. If they can't have special weapons, it doesn't really matter, because they all only have bolt guns or shotguns or las guns or whatever it is they have. So you throw in a special weapon just to kind of take up that guy, and then you get another guy and you give him a grenade in his hand, so that that's that one taken up. So then you've only got to find one shotgun or one bolt gun. So although it says 6, you really only need 7. Note, Chris, the militia rules are very friendly for the Necromunda range, so build how you like and you will be able to find special rules that will augment it. Yes. Or flamers. What, give them all flamers? You could give them all flamers. Giving them all flamers would be hilarious. Yeah, the militia rules are mental, aren't they? Because you can give them all like, and that's the thing with the militia stuff. It's so open and available to. Oh look, you can gene craft your militia. Which way would you like to gene craft your militia? Shall we make them big and green? That kind of thing. There are two flamers in the accessory sprue. You read the rules, didn't you? Are you the flamers? Yeah. Okay. Well, that's an annoying tangent. Thanks everybody. Thanks everybody. Thanks for that lovely annoying tangent, everybody. Now I've got the camera in a slightly different place today, so we'll see how this works. And at the moment it's not even working, so because the battery's dead. That's why. So yeah, I flipped the camera around today, which makes finding buttons and things harder, but might give you quite a nice... Fucking hell, where is it? Oh shit. Oh. Oh. I don't think this is going to work, is it? Transform. Nope. 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 That's mental. Okay. Hang on, hang on, hang on. That's better. Chris needs a command like timeout to censor my chat. Flamers would look super cool. You are welcome. When is 11th edition estimately dropping on Ham Warmer, and which codex would be out first? Oh dear. I've no idea, and I couldn't talk about it if I could. If I did. Right, okay, so that doesn't work. Does it work if can I rotate it further? There. Can I go like that? That's not bad. I need to try and get it there. God, this is a palaver. I'm sorry about this. There we go. I thought it might be quite a nice, quite an interesting, different angle. Now I've got to put that like that. And then, oh God, yeah, all the buttons. It's a good job I know where all the buttons are by feel, isn't it? He says, not being able to find the button that I need to press. Oh, it's because it's this side. There we go. Okay, cool. Right. Best bet on first codex, Space Marines. Love it. Love it. Quite so, but chat can be silly and give their uninformed opinion. Wait, what? 11th will be coming out in 3030 and have Space Skaven. Don't tease, Spike. If you wish, I can time you out for 10 minutes. Did you cross the line with your silly? What silly? What silly did you do? What silly did you do now, Avian? What have I missed? Right, I need to get some music on as well. Need to get some music on before I get shouted at. Get some music on before I get shouted at. And I need to close down all of those. Yeah, anyway, those of you who are in my chat, maybe you're new, maybe you've just found my stream or something, make sure you drop me a follow on YouTube, make sure you drop me a follow on Twitch if you're watching on Twitch, and go and have a look at my Patreon for all the cool tutorials and videos and painting stuff. I am a timeout command. I will take that time out. Okay, Avian. Why are we timing Avian out? Right. Nom 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 nom. Oh yes, music. Mm. Mm mm mm. There we go. Let's get some music on. Have some music, everybody. Have some music. Have some music. Music it up. Music. Musicy music. Oh yeah, and also what Custodes stuff? What Custodes things have you? Because we were talking about Custodes. We were all talking about the gold and stuff on the Custodes.
Holy forking shit. I had to wait for 1 hour and 35 minutes to get my music.
You did. You did. You did. You did not remind me, so I had forgotten. I also did a little bit on her last night as well, just kind of playing around with some colours. So we've got a little bit of purple on this side, a little bit of blue on this side, and a highlight running down the top. So she's being kind of just played around with. Make sure you ask nicely before you play around with such things. But yeah, so I did a little bit on her last night. Not much. This video's nearly ready for Patreon, so this will probably be up at the weekend if you want to. If you want to find out how I did the Uriel conversion. You somehow prefer the mass version. The mass version's really nice, isn't it? There's something a little bit weird about the forehead on that. So I like the mass version. But then you know what I think about masks. I like masks. The mass version looks really cool. So yeah, Custodes. What do we know about Custodes? And is there any different in ranks? Is there any kind of colours that they use a lot? Do they? Well, not even what colours, because we kind of play around with colours. Is there any difference in ranks in terms of designation? Okay, lurking for realsies. I mean, really, Purples? You leaving me here with this lot? So the filigree on the helmet is going to be gold as well, seeing as we started doing gold. So just putting the filigree back to a brown. And I suppose we should probably do the filigree on the shoulders gold as well. So I was thinking with the custodians, if I do, there was that that picture that I found in the black book with the black and the red armor panels. So maybe I could do like the black and the red armor panels were on a dreadnought, which suggests that they were more highly ranked, maybe. So maybe I could do black or red shoulder pads for captains. Probably black. I think black would look quite good with the kind of the greeny gold that I've got going on. Printed all the bases off ready for them, so they are all curing and drying next door. So at least they're all ready. In fact, I could probably do those tomorrow on stream. Get all those bases painted up ready for when the custodians come out. Then we can do like a really lazy stream tomorrow. After a couple of streams of painting kind of like this sort of stuff. Painting this lovely model up. Not even on stream, am I? So yeah, we'll maybe do loads of bases tomorrow. I've got some bits as well to kind of scatter on them, some like smashed up columns and things. Because I think the shield captain's like got one of her legs up on a tactical rock, so we need to make that tactical rock a little bit more interesting. So if we make that into a column. Okay, be right back really quick. I'm just going to run off, have a very, very quick bio. I'll be 2 seconds. Just turn that camera off to save some battery. Okay, we're back. We're back. Hello, Avian. How are you doing? You can chat. You can chat. Oh, did Purple actually ban you? Gotcha. So did you hear what I was muttering about with the custody stuff? A bit. Yeah, it's definitely going to be fun. Definitely going to be fun. I'll try and get the red for the robes right. I might have to mock one up in Photoshop before they come out so I can get an idea. I think it's quite cool how they've all got robes actually. All got cloaks. So Solar Auxilia and Militia, great. Dived into those two. Can you ally Militia as well as Solar Auxilia? I don't even know what the allied rules are. I'm guessing it's 50-50 maximum. So in 3,000 points I could have like 1,000 points of Solar Auxilia. I don't even know whether that would be... That's probably still too much, like I only want like 2 or 3 troop squads. Do I have new recruit? Yes, you have told me all about new recruit, so I have new recruit up on here. Yeah. We've done some lists in new recruit. Now, do we do that gold as well? Do we do that gold as well? Could he break everything up? Quite possibly, you know, quite possibly. Build an army list with allies in the list. Yeah, he's cool, isn't he? He's properly awesome. Oh, not on screen again. I think it's shifted. I think it's moved. There we go. Now it won't move. Yeah, the custodies, like these ones. That where is that? Where did I put that picture? I put a picture in general chat. Oh, the dreadnought, there it is. So I put that picture in general chat. So that's a dreadnought. That's a dreadnought with. It's got black legs, black shoulder pads, and then the red shoulder pads. So I thought, if that is like a higher ranked, because you're a veteran, aren't you, when you get put in a dreadnought, so maybe the dreadnoughts are higher ranked custodies, so maybe I could do like not the shield captain, but maybe the one that's holding the Vexilla could have like a black shoulder pad, and then they're not called shield captains, are they, within the unit, but like the sergeant within the unit, whatever that's called, maybe he could have like a black shoulder pad. Could be quite fun. And then the dreadnought, I might try and do pretty close to that in terms of give it black legs. I think the allies chart still is in play as well. Time to read the rules again. Please correct me if I'm wrong. You need to fill out the basic card with the allies, so an HQ and 2 units, whatever the base regiment is. Yeah, you still need to adhere to a. You still need to adhere to a force org. As dreadnoughts sort of where a distinguished custodian would go in it. Yeah. So I think that would be quite fun. It's almost like mark them out as veterans. Oh, he's got black arms as well, look. Oh, that's quite cool. I do like the shields, but they're best, aren't they? These are just best. The spears just look so good. I wonder whether you can have. Can you have a unit of 3? Because if you can have a unit of 3, I'll probably just have like a unit of 3 with the shields, and then 9 with the spears. I bet you can't do units of 3 in Horus Heresy. I bet they're units of 6. The upside is we might get more plates and maybe lore from the new Liber. Yeah, that's true. That's so cool. See, I like that one, but I prefer the other turret. The other turret is really cool. The Icarus thingamajiggy cannon. I think that turret's awesome. So hopefully that's just like a pull straight off. Art plates, yeah. That thing is nuts. It's not quite as elegant as that though. I quite like these ones. These are fantastic. I want so many units of these. And then she's a really, really cool shield captain. That sword is stupidly long. Yeah, they're really good. What turns into this? Oh yeah, so yeah, it's the guns on this turns medium and light vehicles into Swiss cheese. So that's the alternative turret. Yeah, I kind of want like 3 of these, and then loads of these guys because they're amazing. And I'd probably still try and kind of mix in some of the resin ones. I think I have the resin version. You've got a resin version of the grav tanks? Most people have. Well, that was really weird. They were really good in 40k, so a lot of people have them. That was kind of what I meant. They were really popular. Now, here's a question. Because I really like them, and I really want to do lots of mine with bare heads. However, this bare head one, look how short and stocky and stubby that model looks. So this model down here looks really short and stocky, and not as kind of tall and elegant as all of these, because they've got such kind of tall helmets. So I think if you do use the bare heads, you've definitely got to have a mohawk on. So I might try. Oh, where's new recruit? List building, new recruit. Custodes. I still need to learn this properly. What did I want to do? Oh yes. So how big is a unit? 5 custodian guard. Can I make it 3? Oh, I can make it 3. Oh, I can make it 2. Wait, what? So I can make it 3. So I can have 3 custodian guard. Excellent. That's excellent. So then, in that case, then, where is it? There it is. In that case, then I could do a unit of 3 with a sword and shield, and then the rest can just be the spear, because the spear's the best. How's my Flash Gordon lore? I watched it once fucking years ago. That's it. Call him Brian Blessed. Can you get an extra large flying Custodes? I think I have a resin version of that. Grey's Anatomy Physiology should be. Troy, what do you mean by Grey's Anatomy Physiology? Yeah, my Flash lore's not great, but I know Blind Blessed was in it. That's about as far as I go. And I'm not turning one of these into Brian Blessed. No. If that's what you were suggesting. So yeah, anyway, that was the idea. Oh look, these ones have got different colour shields on there. Ooh. Ooh. They've got different colour shields on their shoulders. White and red. So maybe I can do the whole... I just want to introduce a little bit of colour to all the gold. So maybe, I mean, there's a lot of gold on that shoulder pad. There's not a lot of kind of just shoulder pad. It's all trim, isn't it? That one's a bit better. That one's got a bit more. So that could be black there. I think they're fab. I think they're fab. I think they're fab. Also, I think the Hawkmen tended to have Spartan helmets, which would also work well. Yes, that would be cool. You make me want to buy more Custodians. I think they're fab. I think they're really nice. And I'm not making... How the hell do you make one of those fat? How do you get one of those models and just make him fat? You can't do a Brian Blessed. The only thing you could do is give one a beard. You could give one a Brian Blessed beard, which I'm still not doing. Because I don't do as much whimsy on my models as you think. Green stuff? Green stuff? You're gonna throw green stuff on these gorgeous models? Tell you what, you do it, Avian. You do it, and then and then we can see. You'd have to resculpt the whole model to make it fat. Just give one a beard. Just give one a beard and be happy with it. Kit Bash AOS Nurgle. You're not selling this idea at all, Avian. This is possibly the worst idea you've ever come up with in Twitch chat. You want to take the nicest Custodians models and kit bash them with some Nurgle to make a Brian Blessed Hawkman. Okay, I'm noting this down. Do it, Avian. You buy those really nice models and you put Nurgle on them. Welcome back. What do you mean welcome back? He's ruining Custodians models purples. He wants to get these gorgeous Custodians models and cover them in green stuff and make them a fat Brian Blessed Hawkman. But yeah, welcome back, dude. Right, so the question is then, with the new recruit stuff, and you can do Custodian Guard in units of 3, will the new Liber allow you to do it as well? Which I hope they will. Because then, as I say, I can then do a small elite unit of 3 with shields, and then all the rest can have spears, because the spears are the best. I'm smiling at the joy I would have while my opponent is face palming. Troy says you would think the Custodians would be an extended release to the Grey Knight's Firstborn stuff, that may be that Malkador had them in suspended animation in their chamber or something. That way I can play my game and go, Squadron 14, dive! No purple, I would take the backpack and add it to the different model to make Vulcan from Flash Gordon. Yeah, he wants to take the really, really cool backpack and put it on a Nurgle Knight. I'm enjoying this. This is fun. This is fun. Let's tease Avian more. How's your day going, Troy? Everything okay over on YouTube side? And hello YouTube as well. I'm not neglecting you. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for hanging out and listening to my waffle. Yeah, anyway, so what do we think about red and black shoulder pads to denote rank, or to help differentiate between rank and denote rank? And I think it feels about right.
Don't worry, YouTube people. Christopher is not ignoring you in particular, he ignores everyone. Even on Twitch.
It's very quiet in here, nobody's saying anything. There's nobody in chat, Olivia's being quiet, I despair sometimes. I do all this Twitch streaming for you all, and nothing. No Twitch chat, no Olivia, I can't hear anything. Can't see anything, can't see any chat.
fuck you very much too, Christopher. Moo.
Sounds like a good idea. I still want him to look like Custodes like. So time to work on my sculpting, it sounds like. I mean, yeah, or you could just like get a Nurgle Knight and make him look nothing like a Custodes. I mean, there is there is Philip's Thunder Warriors that he did. Where are they? Where are his Thunder Warriors? So Philip's Thunder Warriors that he did, which are kind of all kind of Custodes adjacent, which he used, he converted out of Nurgle Death Guard, but he did a lot of work on them. That's pretty cool. Where are the actual Thunder Warriors? Where are they? Where are his Thunder Warriors? Oh, there they are. That's all his Thunder Warriors. I've shown him off before. Where are his jet bikes? His jet bikes were really cool. His jet bikes are two... oh, he's got the Inquisitor stuff. Nice. His jet bikes are two of the... There we go, there's his jet bike. Two of the Escher jet bikes stuck together. But yeah, that's what the Thunder Warriors kind of start out like. Rah! Where's the jet bike? There they are. There we go.
Two Escher jet bikes stuck together. Now this is pod racing.
Pod racing! Pod racing! Racing podding! Pod racing across the universe. This is pod racing. So yeah, anyway. Yeah, Custodes plans. Custodes plans! We have Custodes plans. Tethered to a pod ridden by an Orc or a Gretchen. I mean, somebody's already done that, haven't they? I'm sure somebody's done like a pod racer Escher jetbike. Didn't somebody do it for Golden Demon? I feel like somebody's done it. I feel like I've seen it somewhere. There we go. And we also need to lurk again. No! Do 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 do. What militia army are you going to do? Avian. Because you've got to have thought about it. Avian's gone quiet. You telling me you haven't thought at all about what militia army you do? Because I don't believe you. I don't believe you. La, na, 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 na. I would never think, Chris. You would never think, Chris. Militia armies, well, I have lots of Necromunda models, but the one in the back of my mind is to use Death Corps of Krieg as a basis of a Talon militia. Talon 30k is not 40k. I think we went through the whole conversion why I would use Death Corps of Krieg as a basis. Yes. Oh yes, yes. That's my mistake for forgetting. Yes, you have mentioned that. Even Marines could not go outside the vehicles. Peter Turbo showed up and dropped virus bombs. Talon, Talon. So Bataan Base and the few models I would make for troops would have to look kind of like they were wearing surplus NPC suits that are constantly under repair. What tanks? That's actually. What tanks? What tanks would... Oh, that's cool. In fact, what tanks do the militia use? Have they got tanks? Scout Rover. Okay, so that's like a land speeder thing. That's oh, Lehman Russ, okay. Malkador, ah right, okay, so they just have Solar Auxilia tanks. So I can use all of these tanks. Although I still don't like the Lehman Russ. So I'd have to do Malkador Infernus. It would be quite cool just to run a load of Malkador Infernus, wouldn't it? Just run a load of them. Or oh no, they are different chassis. Okay. So the Malkador is not the Lehman Russ. Okay. So I could run Malkadors. Because that's not the Lehman Russ chassis. So I could do that with loads of rags hanging over it, and then the ash wastes in the canopy. Auxilia and Imperial Guard tanks are available. Tanks would be Malkadors, Russes, etc. They get the third line rule. Auxilia and Imperial Guard tanks are available, but they are not as resilient. Do a search in the rules for third line before you buy any tanks. If that was dollars instead of pounds, I would be all over that tank. I mean, maybe you 3D print the tanks. I wouldn't be averse to 3D printing the tanks, I don't think, because I don't think I would ever use the militia at Warhammer World. If I went to Warhammer World, I'd be using the Raven Guard because they're fucking cool. I could have Solar Auxiliary Flamers. I mean, after having said everything, the Solar Auxilia are fucking cool. They do look really good. I just don't like the helmets. So maybe I just have to find them different helmets and just use the Solar Auxilia. Because they're awesome. They are really cool. And that would be a really cool support unit for Raven Guard as well. But easier to transport the Raven Guard, it is true. Easier to transport. I like transporting stuff does not come into my thoughts at all. Mainly because Warhammer World is just down the road, and B, like, I've never had any trouble transporting anything to any tournament. So that never really it never really ventures into my thoughts, transporting things. So Solar Auxilia transport. So what heads would you use? I don't think the heads... Is that the same kit? I don't think it is it? What, they don't have optional heads, do they? They don't have optional heads, do they? No. So what heads would you use? Or do I not like them? They do look weird, actually. Yeah, maybe I don't like them. Maybe it's just those flamers that I like. Maybe it's just those that I like. Maybe it's just those that I like. And if it's just those that I like, what do the Necromunda Palanites look like? What do the Flamers look like on them? Where's the... Oh, it's there. Is it that one? Is there a flamer? Is there a flamer on that? Flamers just look like that. Paladite flamer. That's a really cool helmet. That's a really cool helmet. So you'd have to sand that off. That's a really cool head as well. Is that a blank chest? Yeah, that's a transfer, isn't it? So that's already flat. What kind of helmet do you want? Auxilia originally were void based. Am I remembering it right? I have no idea. Is there a weapon kit for the enforcers? Do they have helmets in that? There is a weapon kit for the enforcers, but the weapon kit for the enforcers is not really like, it's not Horus Heresy friendly, it's Necromunda friendly, so there's like one of this and one of that. So it's not like you could There is not a helmet in the Enforcers. It's all bare heads in the Enforcers, which is good because that's what I like in my accessory sprues. Okay, so the Solar Auxilia. I think I have to go something different for my Solar Auxilia with the Raven Guard. And I do think it probably is the Palanite. It probably is the Palanite. It probably is the Palanite. And then Solar Auxilia tanks. What Solar Auxilia tank would be really good for Raven Guard support? It would be... I mean, it's not going to be a Lehman Russ anyway. And if you have a Flamer unit, then you have the Malkador Flamer tank, don't you? To then support the Flamer unit. So that would work. That would be quite cool to have with the Raven Guard. Yeah, that would be quite cool to have with the Raven Guard. I'll have to scribble, we'll just move that out of the way. I'll have to scribble that down. Scribble down the ideas for that in my Raven Guard list. In my, well, not my Raven Guard list, but my list book. I have a list ideas book. I've not done anything for the Night Lords yet in that. You got a Sailor Moon robot as a result. What? So much for looking up art for the Therian Velites. I got a Sailor Moon robot. Oh, right. I need to do an Iron Man as well for the Dark Angels. I've got some Mechanicus bits from Mechanicus army set. So if I had, I wonder how. I wonder what a Force Org for the militia would look like. Like, could you have? I bet you could have like a support Force Org with a couple of Flamer units, a couple of those tanks, and then just like 20 militia, 20 normal troops, Solar Auxilia troops, and then you just need. Oh, do Solar Auxilia have Psychers? I bet they don't, do they? Because Psychers are like sanctioned, aren't they? So Solar Auxilia aren't going to have Psychers. I was just thinking those really nice Palanite Psychers look really cool, so they would be fun to include, but they're not going to have any armor. If you're doing the Therian Velites, you need a Leviathan. Okay, expand upon that. So I need a Therian Velite Leviathan Dreadnought. A Therian Velite Leviathan Dreadnought. I have a Leviathan Dreadnought which I've not yet finished painting up for the Raven Guard. So are you telling me that I need to paint that as a Therian? What's this? Oh, right. Oh, yeah, no, I'm not making that. That's the most ludicrous thing ever. Very 40k, and therefore, I suppose, very 30k. And no, I'm not making that. That's nuts. Okay. Right. Yeah, I don't think a Therian Solar Auxilia force allied with the Raven Guard would come rocking up in that. That's my justification. But ultimately, I don't particularly. It's like it's a little bit OTT. I would be interested in how they could do a glow up of it in Legions Imperialis, but not in 30k. You don't want one in 30k. You don't want to see what one would look like in 30k. So yeah, but Therians. See, the thing is, they look really cool. I really like them. I think they look great. I think they look really good. How old's this kit? Is this kit going to be struggling? Is it like an old struggling kit, or is it a pretty good kit? It looks okay. So 2 units of them and at least 1 of that, I think would be quite fun. I think that would be quite fun. I don't really know what other Solar Auxilia units there are. Are there any kind of interesting Solar Auxilia units? I'm not having any Ogryn. I could definitely throw some rapiers in. That would be. I definitely don't want a Sentinel. Don't want any Lehman Russ. Arvis Light. Sentinels. Maybe. I still need to get those mini tanks that Avian told me about. They're like the speedy little remote controlled tanks. So, I mean, the combat force, I'm definitely not going to the combat force because it's got a Lehman Russ in it. So, for the Solar Auxilia, I would get the Flamers and the Malkador flame tank thingy. And then try and make the rest fit. Yeah. The Sabres, yeah, those little remote control tanks that you told me about. For the Raven Guard, I need 2 or 3 of them. Haven't picked any up yet. The new whirlwind. The new whirlwind? Has it been announced? Is it something I can talk about? Has it been announced? Yes, it has, hasn't it? It was in the reveal. It was in the New Year's reveal, wasn't it? Let's go to the is there a link down here for the New Year's preview? Yes. Where is it? There, this one. Yes. What about the whirlwind? The missile cradles are the same size as the old cavalry base circles under the base. The missile cradles are the same size as the old cavalry base circles. What, this? The rotatey bit? See, I like the idea of oh, is it on here or is it actually a Horus Heresy one? No, I think it's is it? Maybe it is a Horus Heresy thing. The missiles themselves, same size as the old cavalry base circles. What? Oh, as in the little... Oh, right, okay. The bits that you clip off the bottom of the... Right, yeah, yeah. Except they're not pointy. Gotcha. This definitely works for Raven Guard, doesn't it? Definitely works for Raven Guard. Kind of a support tank. Back ranks. Back of the board. Back of the battlefield, firing over the top of the Raven Guard. Also works for, definitely works for Night Lords. Definitely works for Night Lords, doesn't it? Most certainly as a Raven Guard tank, I'm such a sucker for it, I will probably get 3. For Dark Angels? Or are you venturing away from Dark Angels anytime soon? Explicitly the Dreadwing. Yeah, that kind of works for the Dreadwing, doesn't it?
was just pretending not to be here, so fuck dark assholes. Angels.
I think I have a horribly mangled Land Raider somewhere. Do you think I should keep... Yes. Yes, I think you should. Yes, I think you should. Oh my word, it's 6:30. It's 6:30, everybody. To go make some dinner and do some video recording for some video things. I think that showed up in a short story called Dreadwing. I was described there with red loss. Red loss. Red Loss was a Dreadwing Master that became a Dark Angel Chapter Master after the Heresy. Ooh, is that something you're going to convert? You're going to convert him up? I might try and start sculpting a cloak for the More Death In tonight, maybe. That might be something to do. Hydra agent, maybe. Nobody hells. What? Hydra agent? Might as well. They gave him more of my community rules, but he's legend in 2.0, so I will have to Wayback Machine his rules and gear. Nice. Yeah, go find him. Go find him. Find out what war gear he had, and you can just use him as a captain or something. Well, what do we call it? Praetor or... Right, just wait for that to dry and then I can put a little bit of a highlight on that side as well. They gave us Madruk Cedrus, Lord of the 23rd Order, Lord of the Dreadwing. Nice. Nice. Madruk's weapons perfectly encapsulated the devastation of he wields as an eschaton of the First Legion. Phosphate bombs hang from his belt, each holding a horrific payload of corrosive air chemical death, while the plasma burner is a terrifying offshoot of plasma technology available only with the Dreadwing. Is Marduk the dude that they've got the model for? The guy with the big sword and the... Yeah, that guy. Yeah, I've got him. He's cool. Fair enough. Yeah, I like him. He's cool. I have that model. He's all based up. Ready to go. Alright, everybody. I'm going to go and make some dinner. But there we go. We've got to here. I want to see you, Enigma. Have a good one, dude. No, I'm never playing. I hate the Invicta Warsuit. I think it looks terrible, and I don't like Ultramarine, so no, never played one of those. Thank you, Enigma. You know me very well. Yeah, that's looking pretty cool, actually. Thanks for the stream. Oof. Oof? What's the oof? Right, is there anybody on we can pass you over to? Invicta Warsuit. It's terrible, dude. It's a shocking model. Who's on? Wonder if there is a way to use an alternative model for the Invicta Warsuit. I mean, just don't use the Invicta Warsuit. It's not that good anyway. Well, it's not that it's not that good. Like, who would want a dreadnought that infiltrates? And then they make a terrible model for it anyway. Right. Catch you later, everybody. Have a good one. I'm going to go I've got a jacket potato in the oven, so I'm going to go throw some tuna on that. And we'll be back tomorrow where we'll maybe paint a load of Custodes bases ready for when the Custodes come out. So I've got them all ready. So, yeah. See you later. Bye!